Hello, welcome to Theory and Concepts. Today's topic is about language and God. Foremost, before I start, if any of my videos I'm speaking slowly, I prefer it to be in this way. I do not prefer to speak any sophisticated or scientific language. I prefer that my way is really to educate people and not to confuse people. In fact, I've went through the struggle of learning a new language myself, and I know the feeling. So every time I go through a scientific or linguistic literature language, I would look up to God and ask for God's sake, why? Exclaiming outside my heart vigorously. It is not easy, or at least for me. And I know my science very well, but it might have taken me longer to learn, to overcome my thinking and my thinking barriers. But however, I prefer it to be in this style. So again, my purpose of teaching is to educate people, is not to confuse them or just throw words at them and fill up the boards. However, today's topic, like I said, is going to be about language and God. So stay tuned. According to the biblical view about the separation of language or the Tower of Babel, here we have the Tower of Babel. Here's the language. The Tower of Babel literally means the tripping tongues or the separation of language. And God's purpose was not to go against the tower or the language. God's purpose was against the devil. In fact, at the time, there used to be other towers that are also as tall. Like, for instance, now we have Burj Khalifa, the tallest buildings. God does not go against towers. God does not go against language, but God's go against the devil plans. And the devil always finds a way. I mean, it first started with Adam and Eve. And they were so naive. And once they got the knowledge, then he started the language. And after the language, now we have science. And after the science, we're about to head into an AI and technology. So every time that a devil finds its way to prove there's no gods and to confuse people, and that's the devil's purpose. It's only devil and God. There's nothing else. Aha. That's why Jesus said, I am the road, the truth, and life. Whoever believes in me will enter the kingdom of heaven. So stay on the road of confusion. Stay off the road. Stay away from the road of confusion. From a spirit point of view, there's only a good spirit and a bad spirit. A spirit does not see watches, does not see cars, degree, buildings. The spirit does not see any of those. It's either a good spirit or a bad spirit. There's no in the middle spirits. There's only a good spirit and a bad spirit. I know a doctorate priest who is very respectable among his communities and colleagues, as well as he's from the core of Christianity. I knocked at him and he did not answer. At my lower point of life, he forgot the first two equations of teachings. When they knock, you answer. And when they ask you to walk 1 mile, you walk with them too. You're supposed to follow your own book and close the radar. And I'm not speaking like I'm the Christ himself, but I'm just dreaming to be under his feet, not synthetically or representatively or virtually, but physically and infinitely. I would not disclose the priest's name or his denominations. This is not my intent. My intent is this video is for education only. So stay tuned. I'll see you in the next concept.